please do not go to the coast. I don't even think it's possible to go to the coast anymore. I mean, it is completely flooded in Galveston. Wind here in Pearland is insane. Yeah, yeah, you're getting that kind of outside or close to that inner part of the storm here, where the strongest winds are located. So that does not surprise me. Another potentially stronger band, even or I wouldn't say stronger, but probably similar strength there to the east of Sugarland, also might eventually move into Pearland as well. You want to see if that Houston cam is back up. Yeah, the Houston cam is back up too. So let me get that up. I will put that here. Just give me a second while I do that. And we're reviewing these cams from WX Scan. It's a pretty cool website. There we go. So here's the Houston cam back up and going. Thankfully, it is back up online. So as you can see, these cams do go down and come back. This one went down a little bit ago, but it did come back. So I'm hoping that Galveston cam does the same thing. Here's the current conditions here in Houston. Live on the ground, you can see that still some pretty gusty winds working through the area. This is kind of in the northern portion of Houston. You want to see if that other cam is back? It is. So the cam in Galveston, Texas is back up. And again, if you guys are just tuning in, I got to show you this. I know we're getting a lot of new people kind of pile in here. But I mean, this is what it looked like before. Even had a palm tree on the left side. This is what it looks like now. Big differences. And this is going to work its way up the coast. So this is what you can expect east of Galveston here eventually in the future as this storm continues up the coast. And I mean, this is pretty significant storm surge here. It looks like the camera's going to be going back and forth. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, there we go. Oh, why that happened, but yeah, we will keep an eye on this camera. Here, let me put that back under me. See, three trees snap already in Pearland. Interesting. Yeah, Galveston is becoming, unfortunately, especially there where this camera is located is over here near Bayou Vista. And we're probably seeing some of that storm surge work its way all the way up into this region here. Can't even see the walkway. Yeah, it's not there. It is not there. There is nothing that is not underground except for this little strip there that might be a barrier there. But as you can see, it's not really effectively blocking out this storm surge right now. There's a buoy nearly under it. Let me see. I can bring up that buoy. Oh yeah. Yeah, buoy right here in Galveston. As at 8 a.m., reported 38-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 24-mile-per-hour winds sustained. Little brief snapshot, but we've gotten reports from METAR data in the area a lot stronger than that. So, and we keep getting these little low-hanging clouds move into the area. Very low base to a lot of these storms out here. Still keeping my eye to see if we'll see any water spouts out there, but we still haven't seen any water spouts yet. Radar update. Looks like that little new area of convection is now going to be pushing kind of into the central Houston area there, and then eventually Manville, and then after that, Pearland. You guys still need to be sheltered in place. The other side of the storm shouldn't be nearly as intense, but there's still going to be some pretty decent winds back in here on the southern side of the storm and also on the extreme south eastern side of the storm as well, as that kind of wraps around. Power just went out in Brazoria County, family in Manville next to Pearland. Yeah, that is not surprising, as that is definitely where one of our the strongest portions of the storm is, near Pearland. The developing convection there. Let me see if we have any new updates on the power outages. Not really much to report. Still sitting at about 1.8 million people without power in Texas. She was so shocked in the closet. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, um, when you think about the scale, right? You know, 1 through 5, you got a category 1 hurricane and all the way up to category 5. Now, category 5 is bonkers. I mean, you talk about some catastrophic damage from that. So when you think about a category 1 hurricane, you don't typically, associate it with, that much impacts, but it is, you still get some pretty decent impacts out of it. It's a pretty loud storm. You can get some pretty decent storm surge, as you can see in our Galveston cam underneath me. You can get a lot of power outages. As you can see, we already have 1.8 million people without power. So, it's certainly a pretty impactful storm, even if you just get a category 1, which is on the lower end of the scale. So, you would assume, if you didn't really, understand too well what you were dealing with, that this wouldn't be, as impactful. But it is pretty unfortunate that this area of stronger winds is pushing into the Houston area, as, we're definitely going to see more power outages start to tick up because of that. In terms of rotations, still not seeing anything new pop up here. Maybe a little area here of some rotation starting to develop south of Devers, but not overly concerned with that area of circulation just yet. Still a little bit on the weaker end. Checking over here on the border of Texas and Louisiana. Starting to see some areas of circulation here north of Lumberton. Debris balls on those yet, but definitely keeping an eye out as, some potential tighter rotation up here near Pine Forest, going up towards Silsbee, Texas. New York sending prayers to Texas. Oh, that's sweet. This is a category 1 hurricane still, yes. We have friends in Sugarland, and they are getting it bad. Or are they getting it bad? They were getting some decent winds. I'm not sure if those winds are still there. They should be kind of calmer in the region that Sugarland is. It should be calming down. If we have anybody in Rosenberg and Sugarland, please report on what you're feeling there. But the winds should be getting a little bit calmer there as you guys are closer to that center of pressure. You're near Sugarland. It's much slower now. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, the winds are a lot slower there in Sugarland. Could pick back up as you get into the southern portion of the storm a little bit, but it's not going to be nearly as intense of what you experienced here. You're calm and misty in Rosenberg. Yes. Okay, so all that makes sense. So yeah, in this area of the storm, there's definitely going to be some calmer winds there, and that is moving into eastern Houston as well. The area where probably still our strongest winds are still associated here. If we could get any reports from Pearland, let me know what you guys are feeling in Pearland still. Is it still pretty strong? Also, downtown Houston, southern Houston, near Pasadena. What are you guys feeling? Show Houston cam? Sure. This is the, I think, yeah, it's right here. Oh, nope. Sorry, I can't show the Houston cam. It is down. But here's the view in Galveston. Texas City is extremely strong. Okay, so that's north of Galveston. League City below Pearland is horrible. Okay, thank you. Winds are still strong AF here in Pearland. Okay. Houston is still strong. All right, thank you guys for your reports. That is super helpful. Still extremely windy in Pearland. Okay. That makes sense. Yeah. So this is still, the strongest portion of the storm, it seems. Further up to the north, still could feel some impacts, but according to reports, really in this region of the storm, that is probably where our strongest winds. Still could have some pretty strong winds moving into Magnolia in that kind of north and western side. 90 degrees with for the rest of the week with no electricity. Yeah, tomorrow's gonna be interesting. So it's not going to just be 90 degrees tomorrow. There's also going to be a dew point of like 78 degrees in the Houston area. And that's going to be brutal. I mean, that's 106 feels like temperatures. It's going to be a very muggy and hot heat. If that power doesn't go on, you guys need to be figuring out where those cooling stations are. It's going to feel really hot inside your house without any AC. Leak City, strong AF, knocked over your fence, and creek just breached. Oh yeah, watch out for that creek. If it gets any higher in League City, seek higher ground. Tyler, Texas. The rain bands are slowly trying to make it up there to Tyler. Yeah, that rain is just now getting started in Tyler, Texas. But the winds won't pick up until way later. Tomball is experiencing a change. Interesting.